Alright guys, this is going to be a day in the life of me today. What I have here is the third brake light from my Honda Civic, which is a 2009 EX model. If you have the misfortune of having this particular car, you'll soon find out that this brake light will fail on you and you'll get pulled over by the cops. Then you have to make a decision, because this brake light is not something that is easily fixed. You can't actually just put a bulb in it. This is an LED light bar that's integrated in its own unit, so you actually have to reorder this entire thing, which is $89. Yeah, I can tell because this is Honda original OEM artisanally handcrafted light emitting diode bar, so that's why it fetches such a high price. So as you can see, I've already begun this process of fixing this myself by removing the rear deck lid. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the proper technique for doing that. You're going to lie in the supine position on your back like a little turtle who's been overturned and can't get up. You are then going to maneuver after you've pulled the seatbelt out, your feet here and here, and then you're going to pretend to be a cat who's on their back and whose owner has made a mistake of rubbing their belly, and you're going to bunny kick the shit out of this thing until it comes off. And that is the appropriate technique for removing the rear shelf on a 2009 Honda Civic EX. Okay, next let's take a look at the inside of this shelf. These are the locator tabs here. You're going to use this to relocate the shelf when you reinstall it. You'll spend about 15 minutes in 95-degree heat. Oh, there's the last one. And then you'll realize this isn't worth it, and you'll just slam it in there. Who cares? Next, don't use a screwdriver to remove these screws. Just magically wave your hand. That's what real experts do. Take this plastic ring off, and then you are good to finally remove the light in order to resolder it. I'm going to make my way down to work to resolder these connections, because what I found was when I pressed down on this, it made the connection and it actually started working again. So I'm going to actually go resolder these connections. So that's what we're doing. I watched a couple YouTube videos on soldering, so now I'm an expert in soldering. And now I'm going to make an instructional video for everyone else because I'm such a freaking expert. That's how YouTube works, actually. Okay, here we have a look at the wires and everything before removing the solder. This is the solder job that Honda did. And apparently it doesn't work, even though it looks pretty good. So the first thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and set up my workspace. I'm going to leave this as messy as possible. This is what my coworkers left for me here, so why improve anything? Start looking at the objects around you and realize that even though you watched a couple YouTube videos, you really don't know what the hell any of this stuff is. So just pick up a couple items and, I don't know, dip some things in some other things and do your rest. Here I'm taking some braided copper wire and dipping it into some flux. I'm going to try to use that to remove the solder. There's actually a suction gun in a drawer next to me, but don't look for anything. Just do things the hard way and spend about a half hour or more trying to remove this flux. Occasionally you get some smoke. Go ahead and just inhale that really deep, some aromatherapy. These chemicals from the flux are just super good for your lungs. Show the camera what you've accomplished so far, because so far you're feeling pretty good about it. You've removed all of the solder, and you think you're about to do a really good job resoldering this stuff, but you would be very wrong. Here's a picture of what you ended up with. Make sure it's just about as crappy as you can possibly make it. Just globs everywhere, just flux all over the place. Just really make it look like complete garbage. I breathed in a lot of those vapors, like the flux when it was burning off. Like, I just breathed in a lot of it because we didn't have that in the fume hood. I was just basically trying to blow the fumes away from myself as I was doing it, but I don't know what effect that has, but I smoke chemicals now, like it's like stuck stuck in my nose. Oh my god, is that a chicken? Did I just see a chicken? The next thing you're going to do is make your way home to test the light out. You're actually going to be surprised by your neighbor's hyperactive small dog. Just go ahead and pretend like you really like this dog and play with it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. It's out of the way now. And now we're going to go ahead and try to do this, but we'll realize we actually don't have any friends. So what I did was I obtained this Honda OEM brake depressor that you can get if you have no friends. This was $529 on eBay. Just go ahead and use that to depress the brake. Make sure you're listening to really good music while you're doing this. Then you'll realize that this doesn't work at all. So you'll eventually set up a camera on your trunk after you realize that you can just leave the camera there. And now you'll just depress the brake pedal yourself. Okay, so far we've been working under my mantra, which is work harder and not smarter. Now we're going to test this brake light. We want intermittent functionality here. We don't want it to work reliably. We want to keep the people behind us guessing. Are we braking? Aren't we braking? They just don't know. You want to keep people on their toes. This is a shit part from Honda, and we've done a shit job trying to fix it. With that, I'd like to conclude this tutorial on how not to fix your Honda brake light. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I should mention, in all honesty, this fix actually did work. My brake light does work now, and I will let you know if it continues to work. I'll keep you updated. And with that, I'll see you guys next week.